subscribe to Go Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Hello guys, watching Yo.2, and today we're going to do Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children. Basically 5 things that made it great and 5 things that didn't make it great. And this video is dedicated for William Who is actually a YouTuber you should check out, William Who. But also check out William Who on Twitter. He's doing a tweet along, a watch along and tweet along to them 2 episodes, and I should put a picture on the screen now to show you what's going to happen, and check it out and join and go on Twitter and watch it at them times and tweet along to it, and his fandom are doing that as well, so you should check it out. And this video is dedicated to do that because he's asked me to do 5 things that made it great and 5 things that didn't make it great, and that's what I'm doing today. So let's get into the video. 5 things that made Ascension of the Cybermen not so great. Let's just start with the negative and end with a positive. So 5 things that didn't make it so great. I've got my notes to keep me on track. 13th Doctor didn't do much. She was pretty much hardly in it, I felt. And when she was in it, she didn't do exactly much. I did like at the start of the story that Graham had this of carrying some disinfectant, and Yaz was carrying gold, and Ryan was carrying something else, and it was actually a classic nod to Cybermen that used to get defeated by that sort of stuff, or is well known to be defeated by that sort of stuff. And then these droids of Cyberheads start coming in and shooting them and just ruining the 13th Doctor's plan. I like that it goes wrong, and I like the little classic nod that works. But yeah, 13th Doctor didn't do much, and that is sad, to be fair. Just checking my notes. Yes, the lone Cybermen didn't do much either. Yeah, he was quite menacing in the episode before this, and now we have him, and he's got his 2 minions behind him, the John Lumic Cybermen. And well, just in case anyone says in the comments, I know they're not John Lumic Cybermen, but I like to call them that because they were my Cybermen and I count them as John Lumic. Anyway, back on it. So he had his minions to do his dirty work and get on and do stuff, and yeah, there weren't much to it. I mean, there was a good confrontation between 13 and the lone Cybermen with the holograms, but yeah, in this episode he didn't get much to do, I felt. Next up, yes, need more deaths. Need more deaths. I mean, we only got, what, 2 people die? Yeah, 2 people die in this episode. The Cybermen are a threat. They've wiped out almost all of humanity. There's only a few left. That was its downfall. We needed more than a few, so they could be killed off. I know it shows, the Cybermen have done that to humanity, but let's have a few more characters so they can get killed off, you know, make them more dangerous and more threatening, show how this is happening, you know? And my 5th one, I don't have one. I actually think this is a brilliant story, and they're the only flaws with this story. But 5 things that made this story great with Ascension of the Cybermen was Brendan. I like the Brendan thing. Yes, it was quite interesting, wasn't it? Intriguing. You're like, what is this here? Am I watching the right show here? Just looking at the channel. Yeah, I'm watching Doctor Who still. Okay. And then we have him basically not growing old, which is, I guess, a trickery of the Matrix in a way you could say. And then we have some sort of, you know, like the Roof Doctor where she broke the thing and remembered she was the Doctor, and we had in series 3 with the watch, the Master opens it and remembers, the Doctor opens it and remembers. We have that aspect of him getting forgotten, him forgetting who he was, I guess, at the end of the Brendan story, and it did look similar like a Cyberman as well, so you would kind of think, I think that's misleading. It was trying to make it look like a Cyberman, but actually it was something to do with the Time Lords. That was like a nice misleading thing, I guess, to keep fans on the mystery. Cybermen, I love the Cybermen in this. I mean, yes, they didn't get to do exactly much, but I did felt them menacing, and the new looks, their new designs, like not Crispy Pro, I always get them mixed up. Crispy Pro and Ace Creeper, I always get them mixed up, don't know why. Ace Creeper said that basically they had 4 designs. I saw 3, but I guess one of them was broken up and there was a 4th design. Now that's interesting, they've managed to put the effort in to do different designs of Cybermen, destroyed or not, and I love that. I love the actual effort they've done with this, and I love the new designs of the new Cybermen in a way. Well, I don't love them as much as other designs, and I did a Cybermen ranking video that just come out, so you should probably check that out on the channel. Why not? Just throwing that in there. Keeping myself on track. Lone Cybermen kills. Yes, there was one scene where this guy was hiding out of the one character that actually gets killed. He's hiding, and then this other guy steps out to save his friend, and the Lone Cyberman just goes, the other guy dies, you know, and that was such a cool scene. I was like, hey, this guy is menacing. I like this. Yeah, I just liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool scene, to be fair. And then the Doctor just throws a grenade, and yeah. Cliffhanger. Yes, the cliffhanger was. Oh, it was kind of predictable that we'd get the Master, because I think he was rumoured that he would be in it. And then we got, wow, that was a good exit. He jumps out, and then we see the portal of Gallifrey, and you're like, oh, we're gonna see more Gallifrey, and we're getting all hyped and excited. And yeah, that's brilliant cliffhanger to leave you in wanting more, and yeah, it works. Last thing that made it good was the intro. The intro was pretty decent, and yeah, I liked it where they zoomed in to the title sequence of the Cybermen Eye. That was pretty cool. Now we're on to the Timeless Child, where the fandom go, I hate this, it's ruined everything. Everything we thought we know is a lie. Exactly. We're going to do a negative. We're going to do 5 things that was negative for this story, and then we're going to do 5 things that made it great, just to end on a positive note of the video. So yeah. Next up is just keeping myself. First Doctor. First Doctor's no longer the First Doctor. Don't like that. Don't like that at all, because it does demolish the First Doctor. So some poor bloke's probably got a tattoo of all the Doctors, you know, and then Chris Chibnall's just gone, BAM! There's 50 more. Well, this arm's irrelevant now, isn't it? You know, that poor bloke's probably got a tattoo, or anyone, you know? The First Doctor's no longer the First Doctor is kind of disrespectful in a way, but you got. I'll go on to the good point in a minute about that. Yes, the Doctor's no longer a Time Lord. Now that really irritates me more than the fact that there's more Doctors. The fact that he's not a Time Lord anymore really irritates me, because there's so many cool scenes. I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. Or the 10th Doctor on the Titanic, and he's going, I'm 9,000 years old, I'm the Time Lord from planet Gallifrey, Constellation Castabris, blah 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 blah, and you're like, that's such an epic scene. It's irrelevant now, and yes, he thinks he's a Time Lord at that certain point in time, but you're just going to go, every time you watch that, and go, you're not though, are you? You're not a Time Lord. And that just really bugs me, that he's not. He didn't not have to be a Time Lord. He could have been the first Time Lord and actually had regeneration, and then people experimented to get more out of him. He didn't have to have another race, and that's what irritated me the most about this. And I'm just against it. The Doctor should be a Time Lord, even if he's got more incarnations, fair enough, but his DNA, his genetics have completely changed to something else. And yes, that may build up for Series 13 on the hunt to find a new race, which gives the show something new to do. It's irritating as hell to watch classic episodes and go, but you're not a Time Lord though, you know? Trying to read my writing is a struggle. Right, can't read that. Yes, story time, basically. I can't read one of my answers, so we're going to go 4 things that made it not great. The 4th one would be story time, basically. The Master basically going, Doctor, you're strapped in there. Ha! Now I can tell you a story about all your life. So this is a story all about how you was a Time Lord, and then you gone out, and then you didn't. Then you found out you was from the Matrix, and then you was a little baby girl from another a portal from another universe, and yeah, and ooh, I just thought of a fan theory actually. You know them glowing creatures? What if the Doctor is related to them because they were from a different universe, and they're their first creature from a different universe in Chris Chibnall's era? They could be linked. That's just a fan theory that just popped in my head now. Maybe then glowing things from Spyfall are actually the Doctor's people. I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't like the Master's just going, once upon a time you thought you was a Time Lord and now you're not, and you just, the whole story is just the Master dialogue, really. It's a bit... my mom was watching this and she didn't understand it much, and you have to be on it to watch it. She was zoning in and out, and my nan fell asleep. So it is a boring episode in a way. I like the episodes, and it's in my best possible series, but it does have some dangerous aspects, and it is a bit of a bore fest. There's not much to it. 5 things that made it great now. Let's end the video here with 5 things that made it great. Doing something different. Yes, doing something different. The show is going off in a different direction. No matter what fans say, no matter what I say as the Doctor should be a Time Lord, tough. The show is going in a different direction, whether you like it or not. And you've got to give them credit to that. You've got to give them a nod. Yes, it is almost like a pressing the self-destruct button. But you know what? So what? This show is 50 years old. It can do what it wants. It's contradicted itself so many times with continuity. One week, the Doctor could say he's half human. The next, he's not. You know? And with that dynamic, they've gone off with something completely different. They're going in a new direction, bringing the show more fresh. They're trying to make it fresh and different for new fans to jump on board. And credit to them. Yes, the Cybermen. I really like the Cybermen in this story, like I've said before, but I also like the Time Lord Cybermen. That was pretty epic. I mean, I don't like the look of them. I think it's a bit too over the top with basically the robes and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of. I think they should have tinted the Cybermen, make them a bit gold. I know they're allergic to gold, but the Master could fix that, couldn't he? So, yes, tinted Cybermen with the gold symbol, the Gallifreyan symbol, would be cool as a Cybermen design, not the whole get-up. I didn't really enjoy that, and I thought that was a bit fan-filmy. But I like the idea of Cyber Time Lords, and that's got to be 5 things that made it good. 5 things that made it good is that, and we have Yaz. Yaz has actually... Right, who's going to go through that portal first? Yaz is gone, mate. She's just walked. Graham Ryan's just like, right, who's going to do that? Yaz is gone. Just gone. She's feisty. She's stepped it up, and I think she's going to be a highlight for Series 13, and she's one to watch. Yaz is doing wonders. Gallifrey's looked so beautiful, and that build-up of how Gallifrey got built, I was like, this is beautiful. This is amazing. It's like little ants making their own nest, and it's coming out, and it's just, just Chris Chibnall and the way the show looks. I've always wanted to see Gallifrey so beautiful like that, and it's just the Citadel, and Gallifrey looked on point, and when it was destroyed, it looked on point. The Master. Finally, the Master. 5 things that made this 2-parter great. It's the Master. John Sim. Wrong Master, mate. Sacha Dhawan. Yeah, Sacha Dhawan was brilliant and feisty, and he had the most screen time, I think. And it was kind of like a Master story. Forget Doctor Who, it's Master Who in this last finale, which was interesting. I also want to point out, I do like the aspect of the house being a TARDIS, and I do like the aspect of the tree being a TARDIS and showing different TARDIS designs. And I liked Ruth coming back, showing she's relevant and we need more of her. We can't just have one episode and say, oh, she was the Doctor. No, bring her back and make more of her, and that's something I think Christian will do. So yeah, there's 5 things that made Ascension and Cybermen great, 5 things that made Time's Child great, 5 things that didn't make it great, and 5 things that didn't make Time's Child great. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I guess it's my honest opinion on both stories. You know, I am trying to keep it positive at the moment, but when you've got a story like this, it's so controversial, you've got to have some negative towards it. And they're my negatives and they're my positives. And I think it's got a lot more positives. So that's why I enjoy the story a lot more, even if it does irritate me a little bit. You know, it's a bit of back and forth. So yeah, I'm going to give part 1 probably an 8 out of 10. And part 2, 9 out of 10. And an overall story, 8.5 together. And there's my mini / review / 5 things that made it great, 5 things that didn't make it great. And yeah, tonight, William Who is going to be watching that on Twitter with his fandom, and you should join him or add him up on Twitter or follow him on YouTube. And he also had a lovely message from the Shadoon episode that I reviewed, and he did Joe Grant gave us a message, so God knows what he's got planned next. I'm really looking forward to it and enjoying it, and you should totally check it out. And yeah, subscribe to him and subscribe to me. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and don't forget that we're doing daily videos, and next week we're doing 5 things that made each monster great. We've got 5 monsters, and then that's it of daily videos, and then we're going to do 2 videos a week, and the 2 videos a week are going to be strong videos, and yeah, more in depth. So there's a lot to come on the channel, and there's a lot for you to check out as well. And yeah, see you guys for the next video. Thank you guys for staying for this long, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.